Good morning, John Fibonacci. I guess it's the afternoon. Got Kari Job. Thought I would start some music. Hope you guys are having a good day. Remember when people used to study the Bible? When people used to just kind of study it. I like this one. Check this out. This guy, the way he's playing the guitar, I can't figure that out. Somebody's going to explain that to me. To each their own, dude. It's like, I'm not sure what's going on there. I know that's violins. I know Kari Job sings really well. I want to talk to you about the ego and self-willed. And some of the ways that we can know that we're operating from the self. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I am self. Like, I'm John Fibonacci. Okay, well, you know, there's a part of us that is very egoic, and there's part of us that's spirit, and sometimes those war. If you want to go biblical, the Bible talks about the lion and the lamb laying down together. You're like the lion and the lamb laying down together. I just wish I could update my Facebook and people would like it. Maybe I should put recipes on there. Wait, I know what I could do. I could put a quote. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm being critical. I want to talk about criticism. Buenos essay. Okay. I know. Bible study time. You know, sometimes, man, I love her music. Sometimes I like to just get high and listen to it, and it's worshipful. I mean, it's maybe there should be a genre of music called worship music. Maybe there should be Fibonacci's out there. You're like your Jonathan Fibonacci. Yeah, he's alive. Jonathan Fibonacci's alive. Okay, here she goes. She's going to go. Check it out. Then we're going to talk about criticism and self-willed and ego. And I might even show you Romans 10, which I don't really like the book of Romans. I don't know why. Sometimes Romans pisses me off. I guess because it was overused growing up, and so I decided that I wasn't going to read much of it because I got tired of it. Wait, I'm not singing the song right. Buenos essay. You're like, you're not even Mexican. I bet you're... Wait, sorry. I was totally singing the wrong way. So check it out. You know, I saw this. This is from... okay, well, let me just... You know, I always have to do my segues and tangents. I saw this in the book of James. It says the royal law. That the Bible speaks of a royal law. You're like, royal law? We're not under law. Now here's the royal law, purple law, hala. It says, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Which means the same things that we want for ourselves. Respect, dignity, honesty, humor, whatever it is, we should be willing to give those to other people. And when there's a double standard between how we love ourselves and we love other people, there is a problem. And usually we have all kinds of justifications. We're like, well, the reason why I didn't do that, motherfucker, is because then what happened is the reason. And then, I heard once that when we start giving reasons and justifications for our actions, we're usually in an egoic or pride place. So here you go. It's real simple. The whole Bible can be wrapped up. James 2:8, hala. The royal law. We shall love our neighbors as we love ourselves. And practice that in a very practical way. And you're like, dude, I want some practical motherfucker too. I'm tired of all this esoteric Fibonacci nigger shit. You're like, no, dude, listen. First of all, I believe Jesus is more African American than white. Nigga's the Christ. Nigga, soft A. And we have to love our brother as we love ourselves. And that's the royal law. So go do it. And like, I'm so critical of that. I don't like that at all because then I can't have my groups. I love having okay, I'm sorry. I'm singing too much. Let's go to Romans 10. And remember, I grew up with the book of Romans. It seems like everybody I listened to was teaching out of the book of Romans. So I kind of developed this weird spiritual immunity to the book of Romans. When anybody says, hey, dude, we're going to talk about Romans, I'm like, shit. another Baptist Church of Christ person trying to justify their legalism. Like, no, here you go. I saw this. The definition of self-willed is when we fault find when we're in contrariness or when we are contradicting people. And I would even add criticism to that. The Bible speaks of criticism. So when people talk about, the ego and, there's all this, there's like really good New Age and then there's bullshit New Age, which is just kind of a mask for stupid, selfish living. But being self-willed according to the Bible is when we fault find and when we're contrary, when we're contradicting. Just notice in your conversations, when people are fault finding, which is another word for criticism. And as we interface with people, we don't have permission to fault find. There's a difference between speaking to somebody about a problem and fault finding. Anyway, I'm out. Hope these videos are helping you. I never know if I'm reaching, who I'm reaching. Just got back from Vegas, and then I went to Dallas. Those were some good trips. Both cities have very distinct feels to me. Vegas, and see, you're like, you gonna talk about Vegas now? Because I'm gonna be fault finding with that and critical. Well, go ahead and be fault finding critical. Tell Kari Joe to call me or sit on my face. You're like, sit on my face? That's so. Listen, watch your fault finding. I'll show you how the channel is progressing. I always like to see how far this channel is reaching. One thing that I've noticed is, let me show you this. Google allows me to track what they call analytics, and this is how the channel is growing. So thank you for being a part of this journey with me. I hope it's helping you. I'm kind of just really studying the Bible. I guess I'm kind of going through just personal challenges and struggles, and like we all are. And for me, I'm a Jesus, and so I kind of like to go to the Bible and really study the wisdom of it. Some people. That's how far we're reaching. That's the channel. We're growing. 20% of my audience is Texas, and then California is 12%. Colorado 7.8. We got to get Colorado up top. Holla, best city, best state in the world. You guys be good. Call that with some music, man. Something you just got to rock out with some music. Let the wisdom of the Bible in your life. I just love wisdom. Some people love. Like, this is her gift. I've even watched some interviews with her. And she's a heartfelt Christian. She doesn't play around. She wants the Holy Spirit. That's her passion. And I want the same thing. For me, I just love wisdom. And I just believe the more I work and operate in wisdom, guess what? Holla. Solomon, nigga, holla. Really, there's no better. The first Dan Bilzerian was Solomon. Am I saying his name right? Dan Bilzerian? Dan, anyway, you're like, yeah, I'm so critical of Dan Bilzerian because he likes women. Listen, a lot of men like women. Lots of them. You're like, you're not supposed to be sexual if you're a Christian. That's the way I was raised. Well, listen, I don't want to be fault-finding critical, but the Bible's one of the most sexual. Anyway, I don't want to be contrary or contradicting. You guys be good.